folks, welcome back to another episode of the Liverpool Complete Playthrough Save, and Manchester United is the game for us to play today. Now, interestingly, Manchester United have a game in hand on us this season, and they're not actually top of the table. Spurs leapfrogged them with a win against Hull last time out, so Manchester United didn't play. They've got a game in hand somewhere along the line, I assume, and it's the game that we're playing today then, on the 4th of March, only a few days' time, at the weekend, because we're coming off the back of a really good win against Middlesbrough. That was a 2-0, Henderson and Van Dijk getting the goals, and across the board, a few surprising results there. Manchester City lose 3-1, another defeat for them, getting a little bit strange over at Manchester City. I don't really know what's happening to them. I don't know what the problem is. I don't think Pep's in charge anymore. Lee Carsley's currently in charge as caretaker manager. So, I mean, I wonder how Sergio Aguero and crew are enjoying that. Claudio Bravo is out injured with a strained wrist, so he's not available at the moment. I don't really know what the problem's been for City, though. It seems a strange one. Goal-wise, I mean, Aguero's getting goals, but they must be losing out in sort of high-scoring games. Yeah, they've had a 4-4 against Sunderland, for example. Got hammered by Chelsea. So many draws. I mean, you look at it there, actually. Let's bring it up on the Premier League table. Draw City at Manchester City. 10 draws so far this season. We've had 9, but then again, we've not lost as many as they. They've lost 11 this year. And, yeah, we've got 15 wins. You compare us to Manchester City, it's a really big gap, 23 points as well. So, not the greatest from them so far this season. And anyway, we, as I say, I've got Manchester United today. Hopefully, everyone stays fit, and maybe we'll see the return as well of Philippe Coutinho, who is out currently injured with a concussion, but should be back for us after having such a good game in the EFL Cup final. So, as we move forward, a little bit of post-match analysis against Middlesbrough. We spoke about it at the end of last episode that our passes completed were really, really good. We had loads of possession as well. Really limited Middlesbrough to having the ball at all. And if we do the same thing to United, that's going to be really good for us. It's kind of going to depend on how they set up. Of course, they're going to be far better with the ball as well, you'd imagine. The quality of player is going to be a big thing. And there's a bit of pre-match analysis on Manchester United here. They tend to focus. Well, this is obviously against Swansea, where things will probably be slightly different for them. But they play the same. Well, if they play this system, as remembered, this is the same system that Middlesbrough played. In fact, if we bring this up here and you look at the match summary, actually that gives us our match summary. But if we look at the result here, you can see that's the same way they played. So it might, in theory, it'll work similarly. There isn't too much for us to change. Of course, we started with Firmino out there. It's going to be a question mark then to whether we change anything at all. Will you be looking to capitalise on Jose Mourinho's apparent uncertainty with so much at stake? I don't know what that means, but apparently the clash is all about desire. I'm going to let my assistant deal with it. I just completely blanked Jose Mourinho, which I think, if you get into a war of words with Jose, ordinarily you're not going to win. And I'm still a very inexperienced manager. I'm only a year into this job. So it'd be foolish for me to come along and go, oh yeah, I'll out-talk him. Because as much as I'm, quite good at the out-talking on the videos and whatnot, I don't think me and Jose Mourinho are ready for a barnstorming, aggressive confrontation. So we'll leave that for now and take a look then at the team we're going to select today. If that's the team they go with, that is really, really interesting. No De Gea in goal. He must be out with some sort of injury. Anyway, let's look at our lineup then. And the question is, really, the big question is Coutinho. Do we bring him back into this game and get him in there ahead of Adam Lallana? Who this season, well, he's not an awful player by any stretch, hasn't really contributed all that much. 1 goal, 1 assist. If we compare that to Coutinho, he's got 5 goals and 1 assist. So he contributes a little bit more. And I think he offers us a bit more of an X factor. So we will put him in there. We'll put him into the starting 11, bring Lallana onto the bench instead, and I think everything else is going to remain the same. Again, Firmino got an assist in the last game, and having Origi to bring on off the bench, he's very pacey, very direct as well in the way that he plays, and he's got the potential to just be a little poacher in there as well. I think we'll start with him on the bench today and give Firmino the opportunity to flourish. And then the more I look at sort of the recent form of the last however many games, that Origi's so much better than Firmino. I just think Firmino's got a little bit more class about his game, and he's in, he had a decent game last time. We'll give him the go and see what happens in it. Everything else is going to remain the same though. Back 5 remains as is. Wijnaldum and Henderson are forming a great little partnership. You remember, Emre Can, the reason he's been dropped, if you can't remember, is that he was on a really bad run of form, so we just took him out of the firing line for a little bit, and Wijnaldum's come in and done a fine job, so we'll keep him in there for now. Currently on a 7.28 average rating. Mane's back in the side. He's looking good as well. So, let's submit the team then. Let's see what Manchester United are playing and see if we're going to have to adapt too much. Well, I don't think we're going to have to adapt that much to what they do, but it's going to be an interesting little tussle. They are indeed playing the 4-3-3, but with the defensive players in there. the interesting thing for me is that, and I feel like this has been an issue at Manchester United for a while now, is they don't really have really good natural wingers. And even the ones that they do have, someone like Henrik Mkhitaryan, they're not even playing. Like, Jose clearly doesn't fancy him. Juan Mata's out there instead, though. Not the same animal, really. A little bit slower, very creative, but slower. And on the other side, you've got Marcus Rashford coming up then against Nathaniel Klein. That's going to be a really important battle. And it's whether Van Dijk and Matip deal with what is one of the best strikers of all time, in my opinion, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. In the middle, of course, Carrick, Pogba and Blind. Quite a nice mix of defensive sternities, I guess you'd say, with Daley Blind, and creative power with Paul Pogba. The rest of their lineup looks as you'd expect. Again, though, no David De Gea looks about injured, and Wayne Rooney also takes his place on the Manchester United bench. So let's get into the game then. We're currently in a decent position, but we need to win this to keep the old march ahead. And I think if we beat United today, we may well take over them. I mean, we could secure qualification for the Champions League. It said that last time. We won. We clearly didn't secure it then, so they're full of it. I'm going to have faith in what we're out there to do, though, and hopefully they'll make a difference too. So then, let's see. As the players come out at Anfield as well, you can see that they look very well. The fans are well up for it, they look like, anyway, as they come out of the tunnel. Manchester United wearing, I don't want to call it a famous blue, but I do remember Manchester United having some nice blue kits in the past. And let's take this off Data Analyst and put this back onto Close. And we'll see then, how will Manchester United get on against an in-form, I dare say, Liverpool side, coming off the back of a really good cup victory. And you'll see here then, if we win this game, we'll go on to 57. Manchester United will drop to 56, and we will leapfrog them today. So a huge game in the context of our season. And it's going to be an interesting one. See how well Manchester United do, as Zlatan Ibrahimovic finds himself in acres of space early on. Ball's played in by Juan Mata. I mean, it's a little bit all over the place. It's going to be interesting, though. Can we control a game against Manchester United, much like we did against Middlesbrough? There's always this feeling I've got already that I want to go more attacking. I kind of want to go at this Manchester United side, who I don't think are as good as they have been in previous years. I think this idea that Manchester United are this force in the Premier League these days isn't necessarily true, and it may be something we can get at. But there, my friends, is a problem, and gives us a bit of a question mark. We've got three options, really. We either bring on Divock Origi and try and play a similar style with him out on that right-hand side. We move Keita over and maybe put Coutinho on the left, bring Lallana into the middle. And then alternatively, we go for something completely different and we bring in maybe another striker and go for sort of a 4-2-2 formation. We've got a few strikers on the bench, so it wouldn't be the worst idea. We could also go a little bit more defensively, being on someone like James Milner. I think what we're going to do is option number 2. We're going to move Keita out to the right-hand side, Coutinho over to the left, and bring Adam Lallana on for Sadio Mane, whose injury is not ideal. I must say, though, with this sort of system now, we lose a little bit of pace with taking Mane off. It might be the idea, then, that not long into the second half, we bring on Divock Origi to give us that extra injection of pace that we've lost, obviously, with the substitution of Sadio Mane. So, at half-time, as it gets ever closer, very, very even game. I am going to take a look at the heat maps of the first half as well to see what's been occurring on either side, because I want to see where the game is being played at the moment. I suspect it's being played very much in the middle and no one's really getting too much room. If we just get rid of all of that and then go on to, is it possession? Yeah, the heat map of, first of all, this is us then. Well, predictably, we're trying to play everything through the middle. We're not exploiting the flanks enough for my money. The same applied when Mane was on the pitch. A little bit more, of course, because he's playing less inside forward, more winger. But these wide areas are areas I think we can penetrate in. Whereas with Manchester United, well, far more scattered. They're not really controlling the game at all. Like, if you look at both heat maps, you would probably suggest that we're having far more of it in that half, with the home side, of course, so you'd probably expect that. But you can see these number 9s dropping really, really deep. Hopefully you can see this at home. They're dropping nice and deep, so Zlatan's not really in the area all that much. These are, generally speaking, they're the touches the players are having. He's only had a few touches in the penalty area, and none of which have been particularly meaningful ones. If you look at both heat maps, you can see the game really played in the half of Manchester United. Like the heat map, obviously, where our goalkeeper's this end, to give you an idea, their goalkeeper's that end. You see most of the game then, it has been played in the Manchester United half, which is interesting, because I think, as I say, we're right to go attacking. We're probably better off having, I always want to change Coutinho to a winger. I know that seems like not the smartest thing to do, and he's better as an inside forward, but I want us to penetrate those wide areas and make the pitch seem a little bit bigger. In fact, what we'll do is we'll put Coutinho on the other side because he's right-footed, but make Keita a winger on that left-hand side. Actually, no, we'll change it back around because Keita is right-footed, isn't he? You can play either. Oh, no, this is a conundrum. Okay, we'll play Keita on the left-hand side then and keep it as is. And again, that change with Divock Origi coming on is probably very, very likely, so keep an eye out for that one in the sort of the beginning of the first half. I think wide areas are key for us. And interestingly, Manchester United have brought on Jesse Lingard. Is that for Rashford then? Wow, Manchester United made a triple change at half-time? Okay, we're at 60 minutes, so time has flown by. But Zlatan's gone off, Rooney's on, Lingard's on, and Mkhitaryan's on. They've changed things up. Is that a change in system for United as well? It is a change in system. So they're trying to match what we're doing now since we've gone to the counter-attack. Well, since that's happened, I'm going to come off attacking and go more standard. I don't want to try and be exposed to Manchester United playing a slightly more counter-attacking style. And with half an hour to go, I am going to bring on Divock Origi for that extra injection of pace up top. Coutinho's having not that much impact. We'll get him back in the middle, put Lallana out in a wide area instead, and see what we can do then. Half an hour to go against United. We're playing attacking, and we've got a free kick as well, actually. Coutinho plays the ball in. Oh, it's headed against the post and cleared. Jesse Lingard, I think, got it away. Half an hour to go. We've changed a few things around. We'll see if it makes a difference. And Manchester United as well, changing system. Now, will Divock Origi be the difference maker? 20 minutes to go, and we have a highlight. We've not had too many in this game, as Keita battles well against, who was that? Mkhitaryan. And now Origi's pace, oh my word, we've brought him on. Great little run from him. That's what we want to see. 20 minutes left. Great shot from Origi. Good save from Romero, though. And it's going to be a corner kick played in by Jordan Henderson. We've got some big old boys in there now with Van Dijk and Matip, but it's headed wide by Moreno. One of the smallest players on the pitch, of course, wins the header. And time is ticking by. Again, coming forward, though, into Adam Lallana. Him and Klein working quite nicely on that side. And Coutinho finds Nathaniel Klein. He's got Origi in the middle. Klein, ball played in. Origi there with a volley. Straight at Romero, either side. You've got to feel as if that would have been a goal. But saved again. I assume it'll be Henderson to play the ball in. Can the delivery be slightly better this time? No, and it's cleared by Henrik Mkhitaryan. Not our best work from these corners, I have to say. And actually, if we don't win this today, admittedly it's one of our tougher games, we drop down the league table. Coutinho, though, free kick played in. Van Dijk's there. Rooney with the foul. I feel like we should look at that again. What did Wayne Rooney do in the centre to give away a foul? If you look here, he's marking Van Dijk, I think, in the area. The ball's played in. Rooney does, well, there's a little arms go up there. I don't know if you saw that. So I think it's been given for a push, and it's a penalty kick then to be taken by Georginio Wijnaldum. 10 minutes to go. This could be a huge goal in the context of our season. Spurs are racing away. If we get this goal, though, we stay in touch with them. Georginio Wijnaldum with a penalty kick. Oh, and it's saved by Romero. Oh, no. Disaster. Wijnaldum misses the penalty, and Manchester United, oh, they're lucky, lucky boys. Rooney gave it away. Is there another change for us maybe with 10 minutes to go? Is there another little X factor we can bring on in the middle? Wijnaldum's confidence might be shot. We'll get him off. We'll bring Emre Can on. A bit more of a destroyer in the middle. Adds a little bit of height as well from these set pieces. We're getting a lot of them. And it's now a free kick to Manchester United. That penalty save could be the momentum shifter as Mkhitaryan, right side, whips it in. It's not good. Hits the side netting. And it comes to nothing. But, oh, Georginio Wijnaldum, you've got to be scoring that. Not long to go here now, about 5 minutes. Again, to get a point against United, not a disgrace, but it's a game, I have to say, I think we could have won. Been very, very even as a contest, you've got to say too. It's not been one-sided by any means. Really, really even game. And as the time is ticking away then, this huge game is going to look like it's going to end 0-0, but not without drama, you have to say. As with 10 seconds to go, Divock Origi's got this final chance to run at goal. Well, it's deflected out, and Lingard's probably going to get one of the final touches. And there it is then, Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. It remains very, very tight at the top. We'll just do this team talk. I'm going to assertively say that you're unlucky today. I mean, we've missed a penalty. You can't say too much about it. But as I say, very, very tight at the top. Second place, Manchester United on 57 points. We're on 55, with it all to do to get into those Champions League places. There are 9 games remaining. One of those. 9 games remaining. Spurs are top of the table. I think, though, if I'm not mistaken, we play a few of this top 5. We'll just check that before we leave then. We'll see who we play. Palace coming up next episode, so look forward to that one. That's, again, one of these games that we have to win, but hopefully it won't be too Liverpool-y and we mess it up. As I say then, games coming up. Southampton we play. Tottenham we play, Arsenal and Chelsea. So 4 of the teams ahead of us we play. Of course, we've just played Manchester United. It's set to be a barnstorming end to the season, and a 0-0 against Manchester United in the context of the end of the season probably won't look too bad. So that is going to bring us to the end. If you've enjoyed today's video, please do drop a like on it. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel. And we love with care from me to Benji. Until next time, I'll see you again very, very soon. Goodbye. Oh, that was stressful.